Hey everyone, you are on the Proxy-Seller channel. My name is Max. In today's video, we'll discuss proxy and IP address anonymity parameters, and I'll provide recommendations on how to enhance these parameters to improve your online browsing experience. IP anonymity refers to the level of privacy and protection of personal information associated with your IP address. This address is used to route data between your device and other nodes on the network. When you visit websites or use online services, your IP address may be used to identify your location and internet service provider, potentially compromising your privacy and online security. Increasing IP anonymization is essential for those who want to safeguard their online privacy and minimize the ability to track their online activities, especially given the increasing transparency of digital data and the growing interest in personal information on the internet. Let's consider the key steps to increase anonymity. Step 1. Disable Flash. Adobe Flash Player was previously widely used to play animations, videos, and interactive content on web pages. However, over time, Flash technology became outdated and vulnerable to security and performance issues. Therefore, it is highly recommended to disable Flash in your browser settings. Although most modern browsers no longer support Flash, some extensions still offer it. As an example, you can see the difference in anonymity results with and without active Flash. When Flash is enabled, my anonymity is not perfect, but as soon as I disable the extension, the results become more favorable. Step 2. Disable WebRTC. WebRTC is a technology that facilitates real-time streaming of information from one point A to another point B. However, during this information exchange, the user's real IP address is exposed, and WebRTC does not conceal this information, posing a risk to your anonymity. Let's turn it off and observe the difference in our anonymity. For example, if you're using Firefox, follow these steps to disable WebRTC. Enter the provided phrase shown on the screen into the address bar. Confirm any risk warning that appears. Next, search for the desired item by entering the following. Locate the specific setting related to WebRTC and disable it. After making the change, visit the checker once again to see that WebRTC is now disabled, and your anonymity has increased. Step 3. Match the language of the proxy and your device. It is essential that the language of your device matches the language of the proxy location. Your fingerprint should appear as authentic as possible to avoid raising suspicion on the websites you visit. It would seem odd if a user visits a website from the United States while using the Arabic language for their system. In my case, I use the Ukrainian language for my system and a Canadian proxy. Although this doesn't affect the anonymity percentage as shown on the checker, some resources might take notice of this, so it's best to stick to the same language versions. Step 4. Match the time zones. This step also applies to the previous one, where the time zone of both the IP address location and the system should match. This is crucial for creating an ideal browser fingerprint that closely resembles that of a real user. By ensuring the time zone consistency, your online activities will appear more natural and less likely to raise any suspicion. Step 5. Use a clear user agent. It's important to use a new or clean user agent. The user agent contains a significant amount of data, including cookies that store previous information, such as the real IP address. For example, if you have been using the same profile for several days on a checker, the anonymity may not be ideal. However, by clearing the cache and using a fresh user agent, the anonymity indicator is likely to improve. So always remember to consider this point to enhance your anonymity. Step 6. Avoid blacklisted IPs. Use IPs that are not on the blacklist. A blacklist contains IP addresses that have been blocked or flagged as potentially unwanted or malicious. Utilizing such IPs will hinder the achievement of high anonymity, unfortunately. It is advisable to check your IP on any available checker to ensure it is not blacklisted. In case your IP is blacklisted, it is highly recommended to change it to bypass the blacklist and enhance your online security. Step 7. Enable the Do Not Track feature. This feature sends an HTTP header that allows users to avoid third-party tracking of their online activities. For instance, when you enter a search query like buy a proxy, that request can be stored in your browser's cache. This information can be utilized by services like Google Ads, leading to contextual advertising for VPN and proxy services appearing on many web pages you visit in the following days. Enabling the Do Not Track option helps protect your privacy and reduce such targeted advertising. Most users mistakenly include DNS in this list, but let me reassure you that DNS is not considered when building an IP or proxy anonymity profile. It's merely a belonging parameter. To increase anonymity directly on proxy servers, consider the following factors. Proxy type. Different proxies offer varying levels of anonymity. ISPs, residential, and mobile proxies tend to provide a higher level of anonymity compared to others. Additionally, choosing the right protocol is crucial. HTTP transmits traffic only from the browser, while SOCKS transmits traffic from the entire device. For maximum anonymity, it is recommended to use the SOCKS protocol. Make sure to select a provider and connection software that offer high-quality proxies and support the desired protocol. Identification level. The level of information transmitted through the proxy affects its anonymity. Shared and free proxies may transmit the user's IP address, making them transparent and less anonymous. On the other hand, private proxies offer higher security and do not leak the user's IP address. Proxy quality. The quality of a proxy, including its speed and reliability, can impact its level of anonymity. A stable and well-performing proxy is less likely to break or stop working, which could lead to connecting to your main IP and compromising your anonymity. Proxy location. Proxies located in countries with stricter internet policies and robust data protection laws tend to offer a higher level of anonymity. For example, proxies from Canada or Germany may provide more anonymity compared to those from the US. Number of users. The number of users using the same proxy server affects individual anonymity. When many users share a proxy, each user becomes less anonymous. Some users might not take necessary precautions, leading to a leak of the main IP or even blocking of the proxy. Take into account and complete all the points that we mentioned today. By completing each point, you will increase anonymity piece by piece like a puzzle. It is also important to pay attention to the choice of proxy type, because when choosing a data center proxy, you will not be able to achieve the maximum level of anonymity. While using proxies of these types, such as ISP, residential, or mobile, anonymity will be at the highest level. Indeed, when using residential proxies, the security system will see you as a real user of an existing provider. And when using a data center proxy, you will be displayed with a non-existent provider or without it at all. After all the points are completed, your anonymity will be much higher, and the risk of detection or identification will be almost impossible. Also, it is important to choose a reliable provider and decide on the type of proxies used. I want to recommend you an advanced proxy provider, Proxy-Seller. With their proxies, you will receive 100% anonymity on the network and security, a guarantee of performance with the selected use case, a huge selection of locations, and round-the-clock support. Proxy-Seller also provides a large selection of proxy types, such as IPv4, IPv6, ISP, and mobile. You will find a link to the site and a 10% coupon code in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications by clicking on the bell, and hit the like button. That's all for now. See you guys in the next video.